Hello. My name is Emma Holmes and I am coming to you from Rockstar HQ to talk to you a little bit about the law of attraction. Now, if you haven't heard about the law of attraction before, this will all be brand new. You won't be coming in with any preconceived ideas. But it might be that you have heard of things like The Secret, and you have heard about kind of this really woo-woo concept that the law of attraction is something that's in play all of the time. And I often hear people talking about the fact that, they're going to go away and do a little bit of law of attraction work. And that's not really how it works. Every single day we are the law of attraction. First thing that I want to do here is caveat this, because so often, things happen in life and life throws us a curveball and stuff comes up and things happen that we didn't want to happen. That doesn't mean that you've attracted that in. Let's just get this straight at the beginning, okay? Life happens and things happen, and sometimes they're not things that you wanted to happen. That doesn't mean that you deserved it. That doesn't mean that it came in and smacked you on the face because you asked for it. It means that this is real life, okay? So that's the first caveat that I want to put on this, because I think that so many people can start to have an element of spiritual excuses, which means that, anything that's negative that comes into their world, they start to panic that they've attracted that and that that's happened for them. So I just wanted to make that really clear to start with. Secondly, when we look at the law of attraction, it's very much like an analogy that I use all of the time insofar as your mindset is concerned, because the law of attraction is essentially a mindset, okay? It means that you are attracting into your world the things that you think about, the vibrations that you send out. We live in a vibrational universe. Everything has a vibration to it, whether it's, my cup, or whether it is me, or whatever it is. We live in a vibrational universe, and, the principles are that we attract in, where we place our attention. And this isn't about it being like, oh, let's all just go pixies and unicorns and go for it. This is very much like the analogy that I use. So the analogy that I use, I was sat in one of my gorgeous friends and clients' living room, and she had this beautiful log stove. And we were talking about something that was going on in her world, something that was uncomfortable, something that she wanted to get rid of, something that she wanted to kind of cease from her psyche, and she went and popped a log into the log burner. And I said to her that effectively what we've got here is we've got a set of circumstances and situation that we don't want to continue, and it's like the fire. So if we continue to put logs onto the fire, then the fire will continue to burn. If we decide to take our logs away from the fire, then what will happen there is that the fire will start to die down, it'll just become little embers, and ultimately it'll burn itself out. Think about your time, your effort, your energy and attention as being your logs, all right? You choose which fires you put these logs into. So which circumstances and situations in your world do you want to keep burning brightly? Which circumstances and situations do you want to put your time, effort, energy and attention, or your logs, into? And that's the decision that you need to make. So when we look at the law of attraction, we look at what we want in life, and this isn't about us just disappearing for half an hour and writing a list of stuff that we want. I absolutely advocate that there's massive power in the pen. I absolutely advocate that when we do write things down and we do make a commitment to look at them things, then magical things happen. We can start to create a different reality. But what we have to look at is that we have to look at our belief systems. Because, we could write anything in the world down, or we could think anything in the whole wide world. We could think, right, tomorrow I'm going to win the lottery. But if immediately you go, actually, you're not going to win the lottery. Actually, you've got no control over whether or not you win the lottery. Actually, that's just a really silly manifestation, because you don't have any input into that, for one. And two, you don't believe it. You don't believe that you are actually going to make that step forward. I've seen lots of people who have, written down figures and aligned to those figures. You have to truly, truly, truly believe what you want to bring in order for you to bring it in. So it's about belief. Then, with any change in life, there are two essential ingredients. There is a decision to make the change, and then there is a commitment to see through the things that you need to do in order to make that happen. Think about this one line. What would it take for me to... ... So if there is something in your world that you are looking to bring in, whether that is health, whether that is wealth, whether that is happiness, whether that is a specific sum of money, whether that is a specific house or a move of house or a change of house. I'm sat in a house that I manifested. And that is about the law of attraction. It is about putting out there that you are open to change, that you are ready to change, that you believe the thing that you want. You believe that you can have that. You believe that you deserve that. You believe that at the very true essence of what you are thinking about, you have the worthiness and the belief that you can make it happen. Because that is the first step, right? Because if the mind isn't aligned, then the action is irrelevant. So you could say, right, do you know what? I am going to go out there and I'm going to exercise. I'm going to lose 3 stone and blah, 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 blah. And if immediately you go, no, you're not. You're not going to do that. You're going to resist that. You're not going to do it. It won't just magically happen. It won't just magically happen. You have to believe in it. And then you've got to look at, what would it take for me to? You make the decision that you are absolutely going to do it. You commit to doing it. And that commitment then gives you the one line, what will it take for me to? ... So if we go back to the, excuse me, the exercise example. Oh, sorry, the weight loss example. What would it take for me to lose 3 stone? ... Well, it would take for me to put together a commitment to being organised insofar as my eating is concerned. What can I do to make sure that happens? It would take a commitment for me not to, not to have those kind of little binges or those periods of time where I go off and grab a bag of crisps or grab a chocolate cake. What's my strategy with that? It would take me to make sure that I'm prioritising some time to move my body and to exercise a little bit. What would it take for me to? And look at what actual action steps you can start to create, because then you've made the commitment, then you've got the action steps to start to create the momentum. Because when you truly believe something and you start to take action for it, that's when the law of attraction works in your favour. That's when it starts to bring it together. The other thing that I would say is make sure that you're not focusing on what you do not want, all right? Because when you say, I do not want, you're still putting the logs in that fire because you're still focusing on that thing that you don't want. So that fire is going to keep burning. So make sure that you're focusing on what you do want rather than what you don't want, because that will make it much more powerful and it will allow you to align the mind, bring together the actions, and that's when things go and magical things happen. The one other little thing that I want to say is be careful what you wish for. Because sometimes what I have seen is people put together a bit of a manifestation on something that they want, and actually it has turned out that the thing that they wished for has come to them in a very different way to what they expected. But it is actually what they had wished for. So be careful what you wish for. Make sure that you are specific in what you're doing. Make sure you are aligning the mind, bringing together the action, because that's when magical things happen. You know, you will vibrate at a different level. You will have a different outlook. You will look at creating a different mindset around that thing that you've been stuck with. You know, journal it out, grab a pen, power in that pen, writing it down, committing to it, and then looking at the action that you can take. So it's about aligning the mind, it's about making a decision, it's about committing to taking the action that you need to change the reality as you see it right now. So have an absolutely lovely day. I hope that that's given you a little bit of food for thought, and I'll speak to you soon.